Hello. I want to go through this calendar assignment with you because it's a little bit tricky. Before period apps, women had to track their cycles like on calendars, and that is a skill that we're going to practice today. So, starting with Egwene, she says she started her period on April 1st, and she happens to be part of the 10 to 15% of women who naturally have 28-day cycles. She normally bleeds for 5 days. So we're going to label her ovarian cycle and her uterine cycle, and I'm going to recommend that you get like different highlighters or like 5 different colors so that we can kind of color coordinate everything and hopefully it makes a little bit more sense. So, starting with the ovarian cycle, phase 1 is the follicular phase, and it lasts for 14 days. So she started her period on April 1st, so being really nice with the numbers here, and then it lasts for 14 days. After the follicular phase comes the luteal phase, and that also lasts for 14 days. So I'm using a different color to be able to represent luteal. And then we will extend it. Alright, so there's her ovarian cycle, and then on the 29th we would start over with another follicular phase. So now let's add the uterine cycle for this phase. The first part of the uterine cycle is the menstrual phase, and she said she normally bleeds for 5 days, so we're going to add another line to represent that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we have the menstrual phase, and now I am going to get another color to be able to represent the proliferative phase, and that one lasts for days 6 through 14. So proliferative coming on here. And the last phase of the menstrual cycle is the secretory phase, and it lasts from days 15 through 28. So it is going to be the same as the luteal phase. Okay, so now we have her ovarian cycle and her uterine cycle on the calendar, and that helps us kind of see how they overlap. Now number 3 says to write ovulation on day 14. Ovulation, when she is going to release an egg. And then number 4 says, circle the dates when intercourse is most likely to result in fertilization. And then it tells us that the egg is able to be fertilized about 12 to 24 hours after it's released. So I would say that intercourse on the 14th could definitely result in ovulation, but because that egg remains viable for up to 24 hours, I'm also going to include the 15th, the day after ovulation. And then sperm can live inside the female reproductive tract for as long as 5 days after sexual intercourse under the right conditions. So we need to include up to 5 days before intercourse occurs. So that would be going back all the way here. So then we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days when the intercourse would be able to lead to pregnancy potentially. I would say that the 3 days right around it would be the highest chance of pregnancy, but you would want to avoid the whole range of days if you want to make sure.